Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Adam. You're watching Unlimited Options Investing. We're going to be talking about the most active stocks in the stock market. The first being Walt Disney today, that was down 7% after their earnings on Wednesday after hours. And quickly, I want to take a look here at the market cap. Is $294 billion after this move. And if we take a look at Netflix, it also has a similar market cap of 291. And I'm going a little bit on a rant here before I get into the actual video. I don't understand the moat of Netflix. What makes Netflix so special? Please let me know in the comments. I don't have a Netflix account. I haven't been watching that many movies or shows lately, just South Park for the most part. I still have to catch up on Squid Games. But with Netflix, I just don't get it. What makes it so special? I know they have good quality media, but I also look at Disney, which has so much more in terms of their parks, their cruises, their brands, their pricing power. They have so much, and their market cap is so much similar. And they also have Disney Plus, which is their own version, and it also is very high quality and very brand specific as well. So I don't get Netflix, and let me know in the comments. But getting back to the main topic as well, actually, before we even get into that, if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard and hit that subscribe button. Here at Unlimited Options Investing, we talk everything stocks, crypto, options, and all the fun stuff. As well as always, smash that like button. Alright, so Disney's magical pricing power can't outpace inflation right now. The company's third quarter earnings did not help, with streamer subscriber ads slowing while costs for content and its parks business rise. Disney has pricing power unlike most other firms, but it can't escape inflation in the short term as capital spending increases and margins come under pressure. So honestly, what I'm getting from that right away, guys, is that this is a very short-term problem. Disney is an excellent company fundamentally. Now, I don't know where the bottom is. Right now it's at 160, 165, but who knows, maybe the bottom is 150, 140, or even 130. However, I do know that in most likely 3, 5, 10 years, when we're not even talking about the problems we're having right now, that Disney will most likely be well above 200, and even more so, because they are a conglomerate of a company and will continue growing into the future. So taking a look at the candlesticks, we see that it's all the way down here see that gap down from 173 or so 174 all the way down to 162. And this looks like a pretty nice hammer candle, even though the candle is red. That bottom wick on that volume does show us that there is a lot of buying pressure in these areas around 158, 160. If we zoom out to the weekly, that's what the candle looks like over here. And I see that big red candle. So it'll take a while for Disney to recover in the short term, medium term, but I have no doubt that in the long term it will be much, much higher. So should you be buying Disney right now? That just depends on your risk tolerance, because if it does eventually break this 158, the next level could be anywhere in this range from 148 to 158. However, that hammer candle is really encouraging for some type of recovery. Of course, for me, I bought the dip on this one, and I actually have an option call on it. So what I ended up doing was rolling over the strike price down and adding more delta to my call. And we actually didn't fill that gap from all the way December in 2020. Whereas at 157 with today the low at 158. Maybe that's good enough, maybe not. All right, next up we have Rivian, and this is a stock that went IPO this week. I think this has been 2 trading days so far. It was up 22% on the day. Now holding a market cap of $105 billion. It did go public at a $77 billion valuation and aims to reach 1 million EV volume by 2030. This looks like a great company. I don't know much about it. I haven't done my research. However, be very careful with IPOs. Have you done your analysis? Is the reward worth the risk? If you're in it for a trade, by all means, but as an investment, I would be very careful at these valuations. With IPOs, you can never be too certain. Taking a look at the candlesticks, that's all you got. So that's why I don't like to look at IPOs really until traders and Wall Street have kind of figured it out a little bit. All right, next up we have AMD, and this one was up 4% on the day, and this one has been actually ripping over the last month or so. We saw it at $105 on October 12th, and now it's trading 39% higher at $146. It now holds a market cap of $176 billion, and not to mention its big brother, NVIDIA, which has also had a very strong month of 47%. Whereas this one we saw it at $206 and now trading at $303, with a massive market cap of $759 billion. Wow. When I first started looking at NVIDIA earlier this year, my thought was this could be a $1 trillion company in the next 5 to 10 years. And at the time, it was probably a $400 billion company, maybe. I did not think it would reach $759 billion this year. That's unbelievable. I think it's a little bit overstretched at the moment. And honestly, why not look at this one as well? It's still overbought according to the RSI now. That doesn't mean everything. It can consolidate for a while, let the moving averages catch up, and then the RSI will calm down a little bit and it will hold these levels. However, it definitely has lost that momentum after those 2 big gap ups in the past month. And it has been pretty volatile with indecisive candles, so any kind of retracement over here wouldn't be surprising whatsoever. And same kind of story with AMD. These ones are bobbing all over the place. Also oversold. We saw the last time that happened. It sold off a little bit before climbing back up on that most recent run. All right, next up we have Ford stock. And this one was up 72.5% over the last 6 months. I have paper hands. I could not hold on to this one. I'm just like screaming at myself for it. But again, it wasn't that big of a position. But if I just look back at what I said before in my thesis, and that's just the way it goes. Honestly, in my head, I was just like, you know what, I'd just rather have my EV money in Tesla. And that didn't turn out too bad in itself, but I still could have had some fun money in Ford. And honestly, the company kind of intrigues me. So any kind of pullback as well. On this one, I would definitely want to look more into it. It has a market cap of $78.13 billion. And wow, what a ride. Honestly, 1 year ago, this one was at $8.21, now at $20. Looking at the candlesticks with this one, similar kind of to AMD and NVIDIA as well. This is looking like a top over here at 2050. We see on the 10th of November that big volume in this red candle. To me, it looks like it's coming down. It's been overbought, unattached from the moving averages. It's Ford stock. This isn't some hyper growth company. It's supposed to be a value play. Yes, they're getting into EVs and everyone's excited, but at the same time, have a lot of debt and a lot of issues to go through. That's why I do like the company, but again, at these prices, it's kind of hard to justify. However, the gap did fill over here, so anywhere really under 18 would be an interesting point. But just after it's run up so much, I feel like I've really missed the boat on this one. And I don't know really what's the potential with Ford. How high can it really go? I think I'm just going to again buy into Tesla and average in a higher low. I love that company so much more. SoFi stock had a really good day, up 12.5%. It has a market cap of $18.25 billion. I know this is a retail favorite. I've actually never traded the stock. I don't know much about it. I believe it is a Chamath SPAC from 2020. So even though it was positive on the day, it did gap up and go all the way up to a previous resistance. It found that supply of stock and selling pressure and then ended the day down from where it was before. However, if it had broken that level of resistance and then gone to the upside, that would have been very bullish. But although that wasn't the case and it did go back down, so until it did break that level, I think you're just at the top of the channel at the moment. But if it does consolidate at these levels, it could potentially break that channel point, which I could draw over here. So if we get some kind of consolidation perhaps and then a breakout, that would be really good. But if you start getting lower lows, then it could go back to these moving averages and just keep chopping sideways until it decides up or down. All right, we have Paysafe, and this one was, oh my goodness, 41.76% down on the day with a market cap of $3 billion. I remember this one was a SPAC earlier 2021. I never thought the stock would ever get down this low. I thought it was maybe a $10 stock, 9, 8, whatever. But under 5, like wow, like this is a Bill Foley company. Bill Foley he's a very renowned businessman and is the owner of the Vegas Golden Knights, which is the hockey team in the NHL. So to see his company go down 41% in one day, like what's going on over there? And looking at the candlesticks for that one, and I could just assume, yeah, look at that volume to where it was before. Like usually on those big moves, I could see a big recovery and a jolt back up to the $5-6 mark. But maybe not. I have no idea. That is not my niche or my specialty in the stock market whatsoever. I am a long-term investor in growth companies and trying to figure out options. Another stock today that did very well after hours and was really popular around the AMC short squeeze time is Sundial Growers, up 22.88% after hours. So has the momentum come back to Sundial Growers? So ever since the squeeze time back in June with AMC and GME and whatnot, it's come back down and been trading sideways in this channel over here from 60 to 70 cents. It's looking like they had earnings today as they announced a share repurchase program. Where it is now is at 88 cents. We've seen it before at 88 cents over here. So if it continues going up from there, that could be really bullish. If it does the same thing as a SoFi candle where it gaps up, finds selling pressure and goes back down, then it really doesn't mean that much if it does that. But if it continues going higher and higher, it could lead to more momentum in the stock. Otherwise, that is the end of my video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and I hope you found the video beneficial, and let me know in the comments below what you think of any of these stocks. Thank you again, guys, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.